Hey guys, so as a female entrepreneur who lives in the United States and was born in the 80s, rarely am I shocked at the discrepancies between how much a man and a woman make. Now, I know they exist, but did you see the women win the World Cup this past Sunday, like I did? They are awarded $2 million by FIFA for winning. Now, what shocked me was that the men that win the tournament for the World Cup, this past one was in Brazil, Germany won it, they won $35 million. That is a $33 million gap between what the women make with what the men make. Now I know, some of you are saying, the men's World Cup is more popular, it brings in more advertising dollars. Well, here in the United States, the women's game actually had the highest viewing ratings out of any soccer match ever viewed on TV in the United States. In fact, it beat out the ratings of Game 6 of the NBA Finals, where our beloved LeBron James was featured. How can the women be that much less popular than men when they're beating the boys in TV ratings? One fact that we do know is that women receive less than men in 30% of sports. Soccer, or football as they say in Europe, is one of the leading sports. Now, tennis, in Wimbledon, they used to pay the men more than the females. However, since 2007, thanks to Venus Williams speaking up, they now make the same amount. The women have been making the same amount as the men in the US Open for a couple decades now, and even in the Boston Marathon, where women were not actually welcome to run until the 70s, they started earning, the women who won, the same as the men in the 80s. It only took a decade. So why are we here in 2015 with a $33 million pay gap between the women and the men? I understand, yes, they probably will not ever earn the same amount as the men just because of the advertising dollars and the amount of attention that men receive over women in Europe. But I do think there is something that we can do to increase the amount of money that women do make when they win the World Cup. We all know that FIFA is allegedly corrupt. So is there anything that we can do? Even with the reporting that they did on the Women's World Cup, they were basically promoting them as easy on the eyes, as they did with Alex Morgan. I'm pretty sure playing on the women's sexuality is something that they don't do with the men, but somehow it's fair? I think not. The one area that we could maybe lead to a little bit of change is calling out to some of the soccer superstars, men and women, and also the sponsors. Yes, I've worked with Adidas in the past, and yes, they are the title sponsor, but if companies like Adidas and Coca-Cola, and I know McDonald's is part of the sponsors for the 2018 Russia World Cup, if maybe these sponsors speak up and say something like, hey, this is 2015, why are the women receiving such less amount of money when they win compared to the men? I am asking for you guys to call on the sponsors of the World Cup and also your favorite soccer players to speak up and say something to fight for women's rights and equality. Lastly, I just want to say I'm so proud of the US women's soccer team. I couldn't be more proud to be a soccer player. I played all the way up until I was 18, and watching the entire tournament, you made me regret quitting every single day, but you did make me smile when I looked down at my beloved soccer thighs. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you agree with my argument, share it in the comments. Maybe share this video on Facebook or with a friend. Spread the message. Try to get the sponsors and the soccer stars to help do something about this ridiculous problem that we shouldn't even have.